Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we are talking about Awakened Antandra. Now, I had made another video of her. I have taken that video down so no one gets misled by it. If you did see it, basically she was like dominating all the boss charts within like 2 hours of her release with all the whales that had her maxed, and it was ridiculous damage. I was super excited because I love the character's design and I was like ready for that character to be amazing. However, it turns out it was a bug, and the stacking damage wasn't capped. It wasn't capping properly, so she was infinite scaling damage, and that's why she was dealing so much. Now they have hotfixed her, so now we go into the thing, and I'm going to show you guys some of my guild trials, just like level 700 guild trials, to give you a look at what she's got. But here we go. Let's look at the notes. We have fixed an issue where in extreme circumstances, I don't think it was extreme, I think it was in all circumstances, it was happening on every boss with every person that I saw, so I don't, you know, how extreme that is, I don't know. You guys tell me. But extreme circumstances, the damage cap of Antandra's spear barrage skill was not functioning correctly. We have also balanced some skills to better align with expected performance. So they also boost a couple of her multipliers. So we're going to have to see where she falls. Now, but this is the one thing that I want to say. This is what I love about the test server and having everything a week early on this server is before it gets to the majority of people, these things can be flagged and fixed. Still waiting to see if Rimuru can be a burst damage dealer like they say he is, but hey, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's go in and take a look. Now, I'm going to show you her quickly. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen her topping the charts. She is not in any of the top ranks on the charts at the moment. She's not. She was over here as well. She's not there anymore. Let's just go here quickly, and you can have a look. We'll just look at like 2 or 3. Boom. Boom. Once again, you're not seeing her in there. All right, let's go over to back out, back in. Cursed Realm. Let's go into this. Rockstar, the legend. Let's see. Not there, not there, not there. Not there either, and not there yet. So she's been completely knocked out. Which is absolutely devastating to me. So once again, we're gonna have to wait and see how she falls, whether she does find a spot in one of these in some teams. We'll wait and see. But once again, it does normally take characters a while to find their little niche in all these bosses and stuff like that. So I never expect it to happen instantly, and that's why I was so surprised with Antandra. And I probably should have twigged that it was a bug, but dude, watching replays is so buggy, especially on blue stacks. It is what it is. So there we go. Let's bounce out. Now let's go over into the arena of trials, and I'll show you guys some testing so those who are curious about how she's working, how she works. So let's go over here. Begin. And let's take a look. All right, here we go. So let's begin here. I got teams that all auto win, so I don't have to adjust anything. We should be pretty good. No manual play required. So basically, we'll take a look at her. Now, through my testing, what I found is, and I think PvP is still, it was my initial thought on where she was going to be really strong. We'll have to see how she goes for bosses. In these type of teams, the problem with testing here is obviously not many people care about campaign pushing and stuff like that. But through my testing in the guild trials, she feels very squishy until she starts ramping up. So it's like her initial survival is the hardest thing to get her to. Once she enters her first duel, then she's actually she starts cooking pretty well. But the start of battle survival is like the biggest like problem that she has from my testing. Once again, we're only at level 700 enemies, but still, it's like she is struggling on this one. So let's just go ahead and look at some of these replays. You can see, obviously, I got her skill. You can see those are the artifacts. Now, never pay attention to artifacts and stuff too closely because obviously we have collections now. But some of my different unit placements and stuff, just because these battles, they don't have the RNG where you can keep retrying them and get different results. It's all fixed RNG. I just change random things. So keep that in mind. But basically, this one was just basically trying to buff her up and then also use the Ulna to get her to work. Now, originally I had Palmer up the top, but he was dying. So, you know, we swapped things up. I put the Dancing Joe in the back there just to eat up the Cecilia. So that Cecilia, dude, with AFK Arena and AFK Journey, I'm getting names mixed up now because they're all close. Let's just have a look at it. All right, I'll put it on 2 times so we can see. So there she goes. She goes into flame mode. She lunges onto, dude, she taps him so quick. So when she is hyper buff, she can still do like a fair decent amount of damage. We lost Jerome super early in that one too. But as you can see, like, she doesn't do too bad of damage. Like, even in this type of situation, once we burst through that shield on the Saurus, we should start melting. But you still saw the way she melted that Forks super quickly. Was pretty nice, but there you go. Damage out, pound them down, and once again, there's not really any other damage dealer on that team to compare her to, but once again, I feel like normally I'm not doing level 700s this easy. Normally, like, I do like level 650 testing and still struggle a little bit with some characters because, you know, skill issues, but this one, she works pretty well. Now, this team is like, I feel like grouping is a fantastic thing for her, obviously, to get her aura just like melting all enemies. So this team, we only needed the 4 characters. The floppy Mulan, especially now that we have Atheus to go into that team, like those 3 can just beat just about anything that doesn't have straight CC immunity. So that, you know, this is just cheese. This is just a perfectly catered team to any unit that has like close range AoE and they want to use it. You know, you've got the survival sorted at the start because you've got the control from the Mulan and the floppy, and then Atheus just continues that CC, and same with Mulan, and then she can just basically go flame mode, and then she can just melt things away slowly, and away we go. You guys get the gist of what's going on here. So I only needed the 4-man for that one, but this one was a good test to see her damage. So, you know, Mulan isn't like the biggest damage dealer, but she can do decent sort of damage. So let's take a look at this one. And as you can see, she does quite outscale Mulan. Now, most big damage dealers will do this kind of scaling against Mulan, but sometimes, you know, Mulan can be like a very decent damage dealer in these teams. But, you know, she is doing a decent bit of damage in that one. Moving on from that, this one, I just ran the control team on this one. My hero dies super early, but you know, this was the last one I did. And yeah, I just used the control team because it was the easiest and quickest one to get done. So kind of leaning heavily on the team more than her herself. But just note, compared to the team that compared to when we used this team with Rimuru, she's doing a lot more damage. Because when I tested Rimuru, the dude was doing absolute donuts. I mean, he's not a fair one to compare to because even though he is stated as a burst damage dealer, he is definitely not a burst damage dealer, in my opinion. He is much more of a, yeah, just pure support, let's face it. But yeah, her triple spear, her third skill, that spear, is where like the damage is really coming from. You'll see when she does the stab, stab, stab here, you'll see that's where the chunking happens. So she just lunges. Okay, she killed with that. So she's going to do the stab, stab, stab here. Okay, she's proving me wrong on this. Who is this enemy that's... Oh, wait, it's the totem thing. Does it have this, like, weird mitigation? But we'll look at the next fight. But yeah, her stab, stab, stab is where I see enemies get absolutely chunked through when she uses that. But the totem is a pain. So we got the totem down there. Once again, that's your damage. Pretty standard stuff. Mahira died instantly, so she didn't get a chance to add to anything. This one over here. So this one was a bit of a fun team I was playing with. So my idea was that we got Hildwyn to do a little bit of grouping. Then we've got Rimuru to get the damage amplification because he's such a good damage amplifier. We're using Gavis there just to survive the start of the battle. And then we took Old Mate, the other dragon tank, because he's just tanky. That was pretty much it. So the idea is the Hildwyn synergy to group, and then we're also just trying to survive and then also amplify the damage with Rimuru. And Rimuru is really nice at amplifying that damage too. So let's go in and just showing you this, not that, which one, this one. And you can see we do have her passive active as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. So there we go. Dude, I really do enjoy Hildwyn at the moment. Unfortunately, Rimuru died early. He did get his first bomb off, though, which was really good. So there you can see, we get them all in a nice little package. We do have the one down the bottom, but besides that, everyone does get grouped up into that nice little package, which is what we were kind of aiming for with her, to get that group dead, and, you know, pretty much gets the job done just through that once again, I think grouping is going to be a fantastic thing for her. So, you know, getting it done like that. And once again, she does do a ton of damage. The only other one that survived the whole battle was Hildwyn. And as you can see, she is far outscaling him. But, you know, his damage isn't really anything to, you know, scream about. So that's a look at that one. And let's go into our final battle. I had to use the Immortal team for this enemy. This enemy team is just really annoying. I just hated this enemy team. I was trying a bunch of other formations, but at the end of the day, I was just like, dude, we're just gonna immortal this team because this shit's just too annoying. And that's pretty much where we got to with this one. So let's take a look at this one. There we go. So they do just naturally, because we had the Aioli in the back there, like they do naturally just group up nicely down the bottom there. Now we do have a couple at the top, but down the bottom when they group up, it is super nice because it allows us to get all the Chimera clones out, and then we can just melt them all in a group, which is fantastic. So that was the one saving grace on this. Even though we couldn't group them all perfectly, we did manage to group most of them to get them down together, whilst the old turtle up the top there just slowly made his way across. And the idea was we just need to kill the group and then get to the turtle, and then hopefully we'll be good. So this one kind of shows what she can do once she ramps up. Her survival early is really poor, but as you can see, once again, Chimera's going to die here. Maybe it's okay, no, there wasn't too much left to do, but the power of the jewel, because once she activates this jewel, it's like she ain't going to die to that, and then that's when you're good. But I think when she gets that jewel active, that is when she gets her like more functionality. When the jewel isn't active and you're trying to get into her first jewel and she's trying to ramp up, dude, it is so hard to keep her alive, and that's what I found. But anyway, that is a look at Antandra with my testing. Once again, we'll wait and see if she gets up there in the charts. I'm really curious to see some more PvP results when we get into Treasure Scramble and stuff like that. But all around, I still think she's pretty cool, but very, very squishy early on until you get her ramping up is my basic first impression. I still think the damage is decent, but obviously it's not crazy that's putting her at the top of the charts on every boss. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.